Next order.
Order number 9, motion, consideration of the report of the Mediation Committee on the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bills number 70 of 2023.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report of the Mediation Committee of the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2025, laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 16th July 2025, and that pursuant to Article 113(2) of the Constitution and Standing Order 1673 of the Senate, approves that mediated version of the bill. I request Senator Cherargei to second.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Honorable Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion that has just been tabled by the Honorable Senator Alan Sang. And just to affirm a bit of the mediated version of the gambling bill, Mr. Speaker, that is a product of a joint committee of the National Assembly and this House, where initially when the bill came into the House, certain amendments were proposed, leading to a reversion, or rather a reconstitution of the mediation committee to consider the proposals that particularly came from this House. In particular, Mr. Speaker, part of the new introductions to the version of the bill that is currently before the House is a requirement for purposes of those trading in the business to have not necessarily ownership or the 30% ownership of the local representatives, especially for those who want to trade online. This was a position that earlier on had been provided that required any gambling agency must submit 30% of its shareholding to local investors. Mr. Speaker, the committee in its discussion over it provided that the only way we can enhance the business community in that particular sector to enhance support and access to these countries to ensure that they actually relinquish certain percentage of their shares, and also are required to meet a certain condition, including provision of physical space, registration processes that are normally required for local entities. And Mr. Speaker, the version that has now been tabled will speak to a number of the concerns, noting that this is one of those businesses that is currently almost across the world. Gambling, as you know, has been regulated across the world because of the need to make sure that young Kenyans or young members of the society who do not necessarily understand gambling might end up being consumed in the sector if the regulations are not properly in place. This particular bill, Mr. Speaker, will ensure that that protection, that control is enhanced to support the mechanism which everybody who gets involved in gambling is required to comply with certain provisions of the law. So, Mr. Speaker, I support and I request the members of the House to support the motion so that the bill can progress to the next level for processing. And I thank you.
Honorable Senators, I will now propose the question that the Senate adopt the report of the Mediation Committee on this Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bills number 70 of 2025, laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 16th July 2025, and that pursuant to Article 113(2) of the Constitution and Standing Order 167(3) of the Senate, approve the mediated version of the bill. Now, the floor is open for debate. The Senator Fernandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. While I note that the Mediation Committee of the Senate and National Assembly have done extremely well, is that our representative failed to note that under Article 96, our role is to protect the pollution, and on the fourth schedule, there is a critical role of Mr. Speaker, of county governments. And one of the critical roles of the county government is issuance of licensing, not only on other things, but also including gambling. While I appreciate there is an amendment that has been proposed by the committee, we should have increased elaborate, because there are so many licenses that we issue. Mr. Speaker, when you visit a number of our local shops somewhere in Narok town, you will notice the wall is mosaic. Not because it is a design of that shop, but because of the many licenses that we issue. And therefore, I agree, but we should have retained and given powers for the licensing. While I appreciate that they are proposing that county will develop county legislation. So, Speaker, you have to appreciate this country is a country of diverse. When you go where Senator Haji comes from and other counties that are predominantly Islamic, yeah, even, I don't know, Kwale and also Mombasa predominantly. I'm not saying all of it predominantly. That's good English. It's called prospectus, Mr. Speaker, or conceptus, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thought there is only one speaker in the House. Mr. Speaker, therefore, it will be a big challenge. So if you say let counties make their own county legislation, counties that are predominantly Islamic, they might not allow this. So they have proposed in their report, they will not allow this, Mr. Speaker. If they would not, they would have proposed a uniform county legislation for counties to be able to follow on this issue of gambling. Because of different diverse culture, different religion, Mr. Speaker, you have to appreciate that this culture of gambling is killing many families, Mr. Speaker. And gambling is an addiction, Mr. Speaker. It is becoming a problem. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, while we appreciate we must raise taxes, gambling is a dangerous disease that when it is addictive, it should be treated the way it is being treated, Mr. Speaker. Many people are betting the other day that Chelsea will win, PSG will win, and I'm telling you, there are people who are still recovering from that shock, especially people who did not support Chelsea to win. So, and they have gambled, there is BetXin, there is many betting companies, Mr. Speaker. I'm told even in our villages where we come from, especially where Senator Kalwale comes from, I'm told young men and women are stealing even eggs to go and sell so that they are gambling, Mr. Speaker. When you visit our small centers, there are some Chinese-like machines called lotteries, where, Mr. Speaker, they are taking a lot of our resources, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I would have expected our committee, we don't want to be a gambling nation, Mr. Speaker. And you know this thing of gambling with life, even when you saw the other day, people are gambling with their lives, they go on the streets, they loot, when it is just a gambling. Mr. Speaker, you saw some of the young people were even sending money for morticians, even during Sabasaba and during the anniversary, Mr. Speaker, of GNC demonstrations. We are a dangerous country, Mr. Speaker. We are teaching the young people bad manners, Mr. Speaker, of gambling. Because we have said, Mr. Speaker, that you can gamble your way to wealth or to power, Mr. Speaker. We should desist, and even I'm happy, Mr. Speaker, some of your guests, including boys and girls from various schools, should know that gambling is a bad manners. We should not teach our society to gamble. We should not. We know people who have gambled their way to where they are, Mr. Speaker, and we don't want to mention names after you gave us directive or in the ruling that you gave it in a Solomonic manner, Mr. Speaker. So we don't want to teach anybody to be a gambler. The only gambler we should allow is Kenny Rogers' song about gambling, Mr. Speaker. That's the only song we should allow. The Kenny Rogers, Mr. Speaker. No, the standing orders does not allow me to sing, Mr. Speaker, and they are misleading me. Mr. Speaker, you should know when to run and when to stay. Mr. Speaker, so this issue of trade permits, licensed amusement machines, pool table permits, Mr. Speaker, license and supervise of county issuance of trade permits for total setters. Mr. Speaker, these are very interesting English. Mr. Speaker, it reminds me the hearing of the president of Eastern Cape, Judge Celebi Mbenenge, over his claims of sexual harassment, and he's using very powerful English like what the committee have used here, Mr. Speaker. So this issue of I would have expected the committee...
Senator Olekina, kindly take your seat. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for protecting me. Mr. Speaker, and therefore number two is on the issue of, I agree with the amendment that the young people should be part of the betting board, and therefore a representative from Council of Governance, because that is where we should, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, another committee resolution that I have noted is functions from the authority, which I agree the issuance of license should stay with the counties. Mr. Speaker, you know we are struggling with on-source revenue. I have seen a number of governors celebrating on on-source revenue, Mr. Speaker. We should retain the issue of licensing. The Constitution is very clear that under the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, the fourth schedule, and even the Constitution itself, the power of issuance of licensing stay within. Mr. Speaker, I know KRA is struggling to raise money. We are aware, Mr. Speaker, we have a deficit budget of 4.2 trillion shillings. We normally on average raise 2 trillion through Kenya Revenue Authority, Mr. Speaker. While I appreciate that, we should not allow KRA to arrogate itself the power they don't have, Mr. Speaker. They shouldn't. And therefore, I agree with this amendment that the issue of issuance of license, the factor of raising revenue, is only given to two entities, Mr. Speaker. It is given to the national government, it is given to the, Mr. Speaker, is given to county government. And the Constitution is very clear, Mr. Speaker, that should you want to give yourself power to collect revenue, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy the Senate Justice retired Judge Stewart Manzayo knows this, is you come to legislate. You don't take it through the back door, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, because I'm running through, because this is the clause, this is Senate Amendment Clause 28. I agree that the employees an accreditation for a person in non-gambling within gambling premises, so that we don't need to use the sweeping of the police to those. Mr. Speaker, another problem, Mr. Speaker, I came to learn this issue because I have seen in this clause number 28 that media nowadays, while I appreciate media are struggling to raise the revenue. Mr. Speaker, all the radio stations, the televisions, I have tremendous respect for the media. That's why they are called the fourth estate. Mr. Speaker, I was surprised even old men and women of 70 years are now gambling in radio stations. In TVs, Mr. Speaker, they are now gambling. It is becoming a dangerous disease. Mr. Speaker, while media are trying to raise the revenue to run their stations, I know one of the media owners is looking at me, Mr. Speaker. He is trying and be moral. We cannot legislate anything. From morning to evening, Mr. Speaker, you only hear promotion. Buy this. If you gamble with 1,000, you gain 10,000, Mr. Speaker. We don't want to reduce this country to a gambling nation. We are gambling with our lives. We are gambling with the economy. We are gambling with elections, Mr. Speaker. We are gambling in our relationship, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree, these media promotions, we must regulate, Mr. Speaker. It should be PG. It should be parental guidance. It should be put, Mr. Speaker, at the watershed period, Mr. Speaker, so that we don't need the NCCK or Kenya Episcopal Conference of Catholic Bishops or the evangelistic or traditional or the Islamic religious to come out and tell us to legislate on issues that can be done morality, Mr. Speaker. We don't want to create a society, Mr. Speaker, an aspect of capitalism. You know, capitalism does not have a soul and a heart, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I agree that we must regulate. And I'm told, Mr. Speaker, these promotions that you do in media, you can imagine 1 million Kenyans sends 100 shillings, and they end up giving out only a gift of 500,000. So, Mr. Speaker, they are making a lot of money. Number 31, I agree that the period of validity of license will increase from 12 to 36 months. Mr. Speaker, this one will give opportunity. And I agree that let us increase from 12 months this issue of operation license of the gambling license move from 12 months to 36 months so that it can allow ease of doing business, Mr. Speaker, convenience, reliability. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this issue of 12 to 36 months is very critical so that it becomes predictable, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was talking to some businessmen and women. It is becoming a problem visiting county offices. When you go to county offices, you are being told, can you come behind the tent? It is inconveniencing, Mr. Speaker, starting a business in this country. And I want to appeal to government agencies, Mr. Speaker. Starting a business in this country, by the time you get even one license, if you have never gotten an heart attack, you get diabetes or hypertension. Because we have created a very tedious process of receiving licensing in this business, including from NEMA, Mr. Speaker, from all the agencies, including public health. Why don't we create one portal that when you want to apply license, you can get only one license? If today, Mr. Speaker, you want to cut a tree in Nairobi, the agencies, Mr. Speaker, that you will go, even those agencies are not more than the process of going to heaven, Mr. Speaker. It is so tedious. It is so unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, by the time you get your license, if you are not sick, Mr. Speaker, you are bankrupt. Because this brown envelope, Mr. Speaker, your file has disappeared and all those. So I agree that there should be predictability. Gambling license should move from 12 months to 36 months. On the issue of tax rate of 15%, lottery tax at the rate of 15%, Mr. Speaker, as I indicated, that the gambling issue, we should be very careful as a country. In fact, I want to request, Mr. Speaker, the Committee of Trade and ICT must do an audit of this gambling that we have, Mr. Speaker. You are being told you can win a mbuzi or a goat, you can win a car, you can win 100,000, you can win a trip to Diani, you can win a trip, Mr. Speaker. They are just playing with the imaginations of Kenya, and they are making more money. I am daring today, I can see the chair of trade, Senator Issa Juma Boy. Just take one media company or an advert. 1 million Kenyans send 100 shillings, including our old men and women in the village. And they only give a reward of 500,000 or even 20,000. Those guys are making devilish and satanic profits at the expense of Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. They are making it, Mr. Speaker. There are people who are going without food because they are gambling, Mr. Speaker. Even I know the football season is over, but I want to appeal to many young people, or has it begun? Yes, it's coming in August, Mr. Speaker. So I want to appeal, this issue we must agree, and I agree that we need to introduce the lottery tax of 15%, Mr. Speaker, as a preventive mechanism against the disease called gambling, Mr. Speaker. And I want to say this issue of gambling must and should be arrested. So the issue of 15% tax at the rate of 15% on lottery tax, Mr. Speaker, should and must be included. While I appreciate, Mr. Speaker, it is not lost on us that most of these betting companies are sponsoring football tournaments, they are giving out support, they are giving out CSR. But, Mr. Speaker, when you compare the cooperative social responsibilities that these betting companies and lottery companies are giving, it's a drop in the auction, Mr. Speaker. It's a drop in the auction, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, they must pay tax, and we must ensure this CSR. While they say, I normally see they sponsor Gorbaya, AFC, when Mr. Speaker, you know, in the spirit of East Africa, I have a lot of interest in Tanzania, Mr. Speaker. I normally see SportsPesa sponsoring Simba or Yanga, Mr. Speaker, down there in Tanzania. While we appreciate, even here AFC Leopard, this one Harambee Stars, we want them to be sponsored, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and many other companies.
Honorable Faki, allow your colleague to make his comments. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker,
if you need to give information, you know what to do.
Mr. Speaker, you know some habits die hard. Old habits, sorry. Old habits I had, and I understand why. Mr. Speaker, he's a good man. So, Mr. Speaker, this one of the tax should be charged by the license broker, and we agree with that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, quickly, single from to 1 shilling, Mr. Speaker. This is where I was saying. I don't know whether our majority leader, I don't know whether your membership are aware of the reality on the ground. Because vitu kwa ground is different, Mr. Speaker, forgive my language. But how do you reduce from 20 shillings to 1 shilling? You will allow the small children also to be betting, Mr. Speaker. And where is the mover of this report, Mr. Speaker? I don't think he's around. Mr. Speaker, you will allow young boys and girls to bet because you are reducing it from 20 shillings, Mr. Speaker, to 1 shilling, Mr. Speaker. That this minimum amount bet, unless, Mr. Speaker, with a lot of tremendous respect, this law reflects to the role of the betting companies, Mr. Speaker. And we must agree because that the national...
Senator Fernande.
Yes.
The senator for Bomet wishes to give information. Are you amenable?
No, if it was about Chebole Road, I would have agreed, but on this one, I'm an expert.
Proceed.
Allow me, Mr. Speaker, to proceed. No, to reduce the minimum of single bet in a casino from 20 shillings to 1 shilling, Mr. Speaker, unless you want me to bring a casino, even the small you see in Jebwalungu Center, somewhere in the Bomet, Mr. Speaker, because in the committee report, this is not my report, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the clause number 66, I think when you will be replying, you can clarify. If you think I didn't capture your but we should stop from being gatekeepers of certain interests, Mr. Speaker. I know them. Mr. Speaker, I've been around for long. I know they are put on a mask, but we'll unmask them when the time comes, Mr. Speaker, during voting. Mr. Speaker, I allow the clause number 66. In this issue of financial reporting and monitoring, I agree they have done a good job there. Mr. Speaker, the issue of money laundering. Mr. Speaker, you know there are people who are stealing public funds. We used to have pirates here in Somalia. There was a lot of money coming to it's called illicit money. Mr. Speaker, and I think on the issue of money laundering, Senator Cherargei, you have done extremely well on this matter. We must address money laundering, Mr. Speaker. We don't want people to be stealing money and putting it in betting so that they can launder it. Because the process of money laundering, the layering process, and reintegrating the illicit money into the system, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the issue, because I'm running through quickly, clause number 71, Mr. Speaker, penalty, I disagree, Mr. Speaker, to 50 shillings. I think this one, the mediation of by deleting amount 5 million, therefore 3 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, I thought we had agreed. While we don't want to morally legislate, why would you reduce? We want this to be punitive. We want people who want to gamble, people who have excess money, like Senator Issa and Senator Faki. Mr. Speaker, we want people who have a lot of money to gamble. Mr. Speaker, this 5 million, and I'm happy Senator Issa is proud of it, that therefore 3 million, it should stay. I hope when it comes to committee of the whole, Mr. Speaker, that issue can be relooked at, Mr. Speaker. In this clause number 87, television, I agree. This one, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, remove the restriction that a gambling advertisement shall not be broadcasted on television between 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. unless it is done on a live sporting event. Mr. Speaker, I agree this watershed moment because most of our children who are part of your guests today are asleep. Then we can do a PG calendar guidance so that those adverts of betting and gambling can be done during watershed moment and also to protect our children and people under 18 years. Mr. Speaker, the 20 million to 1 imprisonment from 20 years, I agree. This is very important, 20 million shillings to 1 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, I disagree